Hey guys, PumpOne here, back with you. We get a lot of questions and concerns about, counters not functioning properly, counters not working properly. So we wanted to take a minute and basically show you the guts of a counter and completely break one apart and explain the functions of it, and then reassemble it. I want to start before we even start breaking it down, you can see the side with the hex on it. That's going to be your air outside, basically the left side of the counter now, and where the air is actually coming in is going to be the side that's just round. So go ahead and remove the clock, and that's just held together with a stainless set screw, which can come all the way out. And that just twists apart, and so that way, if you ever have an issue with a clock itself, a lot of people think that they need a new counter when sometimes you might just actually need a new clock. The only thing left to do now is to actually take the hex out of the stainless tube, and notice that there's an O-ring on there, and then inside there you just have your spring and a shuttle. And the shuttle is magnetic, and it more or less talks to the clock. So every time it passes that clock, it creates a stroke and makes it count. So pretty much that's as far as you can possibly break this thing down. So going back together with it, you're always going to go back together, but notice that the shuttle, that it has a flat side and then an engraved side. Notice that always when you put it in, the flat side, if you'll show the camera, the flat side is going to be the side that goes in first. So go ahead and put that in. And then your spring. And then your hex bushing. And really you can tighten that finger tight again, same concept as our pump. Once that O-ring is inside, it's sealed. Putting the clock back on, basically just like it came apart, you just have a hole for your set screw that just needs to line up. And you can go ahead and get your set screw started in there. It just makes it a little easier putting on there. And then slide it on there. You can tighten it. Now take that Allen key and actually make that shuttle move inside and demonstrate a stroke. So that would be the same concept as air going in this pulse counter. Every time it goes in and then it lets it free when the air comes off. Pretty much all there is to it. Got any questions? Visit our website or feel free to give us a call. Thanks, guys. Okay, so basically a couple things to look for when this counter is malfunctioning and it's not working correctly, or even just initial setup of this counter. You're going to want to slide the clock on the tube, and if you'll listen and look, you can hear a click. So as soon as you hear that click, that's really as far as you need to go with that shuttle, and you can go ahead and tighten that down. So let's just say that you're in the field and you start having to move this thing way up towards the air outlet side of this. That could be a sign to, hey, you might have some buildup in your counter. You might have a bad spring. It could be a number of things, but that's just a good general rule of thumb, that as soon as that counter slides past that clicking point, you should be able to lock that down, and it should function properly. Go ahead and simulate the shuttle moving back and forth, and you can see it click every time that it goes back and forth, to giving you that full revolution of a click after it travels up and then travels back.